Hello student, I am your new business study teacher Vijay. In this channel, you will learn the various topics of 11th and 12th class business studies. So make sure to subscribe this channel and put the notification on always. So whenever I will upload a video, you will get the notification. And if this video helped you in any way, make sure to like this video. Thank you.
Okay, student, the topic is banking service. This is chapter number 4 for class 11th BST, and the chapter is business service. First and the foremost important business service that we are going to discuss today in this session, in this class, is banking service. It has been rightly said, students, that blood for business is a life-giving element. We all know. Blood is a life-giving element for us also. Finance, fund, an adequate amount of money is blood for business. And this blood and life-giving element is supplied to the business institutions by these institutions that we are going to discuss, named as banks. Banking service. Let's go straight to banking service. Let's know what bank is. Bank, we can call it an institution which attracts money for deposit for the purpose of being lent to industry or trade. So what the bank is doing, the money is being lent to industry or trade. Bankers are not merely money lenders. Bank lends what it borrows from others. First it borrows the money from others, and then only the amount is to be lended to the industries. Bank is a buyer and seller of money. We can rightly term the bank to be a buyer as well as the seller of the money, the currency. Bank earns a margin of profit by lending money which it borrows. Okay? So, and the Indian Banking Regulation Act 1949 has defined banking services as accepting deposits of money from the public for the purpose of lending or investment. I repeat, please do understand this very common definition for the banking service is accepting deposits of money from the public for the purpose of lending or investment. Let's straight go to the types of accounts that we can see in our banks. Different type of accounts. Okay, let's see. The first is saving deposit account. A person can open a saving deposit account by depositing a small sum of money. He can withdraw money from his account whenever need comes or whenever he need it, and can deposit whenever surplus is available. So it is up to the customer, the person, whether he is wanting the money in his hand or he want to deposit his surplus in the account. Okay. Depositor is issued a checkbook. What the depositor is going to take or get from the bank, they are going to get the checkbook and the passbook also. All the amounts which are deposited and withdrawn by the depositor are recorded in his passbook. You must have seen the passbook, the checkbook. Okay. The rate of interest of saving deposit is generally very lower than fixed deposit, because here the liberty is always there with the customers, and there are no such restrictions of withdrawing the money or depositing it. You can do many a times, any of the times you like. So very common account that we all people generally have, and this is known as savings deposit account. The second type of account is current deposit account. Now listen, current deposit accounts are opened by the businessman. Businessman generally operates and have these types of accounts, current deposit accounts. The account holder, what he do? He can deposit and withdraw money whenever desired. There is certain restriction for the saving deposit, but there is no such restriction of withdrawing the amount as well as depositing in any time. A client or a customer for the bank can do so. Withdrawals are always made by check. Please do remember. Overdraft and credit limit facility is also available in this account. In the coming time, we are going to see and discuss the overdraft and the various facilities also the customer which can avail. He can avail. No interest is paid. Please do remember. Bank is not giving any interest for the current account. Rather, they are charging some fee also as a name of service charge, because they are rendering the services to their customers. A statement of account is always sent to the account holder every week. What the banks are doing, they are sending the statement of account to the account holder, so as they can know and they can see the transactions which they have made during the particular period. So, just a brief knowledge of these accounts that we are discussing right now. The first one was saving deposit account, the second one is current deposit account. Let's see the third one, and that is known as recurring deposit account, RD account, rightly we can say. Now look what this type of account is. Now a depositor can deposit a fixed amount, for example 100 rupees every month, suppose, or 1,000 every month for a fixed period. What he is doing, he is himself making a limit, a fixed limit that this person is desirous to invest in the bank, deposit in the bank, fixed amount. Now the amount together with interest is repaid in the time of maturity. When the maturity will come, bank is going to repay the principal amount with the amount of interest also. But mind it, now if that person is promising to pay this much of amount every month, he is going to follow that. Recurring, the word recurring means this only, that this amount has to be deposited again and again every month on a recurring basis. The rate of interest on recurring deposit is always higher than that on saving account, because in the saving account we were not fixing and we were not binding the consumer and the client to deposit the amount. But here what? The client is supposed to deposit the number of money, the amount which he has promised. He is supposed to pay and deposit every month in his account. Then only the interest the bank is going to pay. So a brief description for this type of account, we can term it as a RD account or recurring deposit account. Let's see the next one. This is fixed deposit account. Fixed deposit is repayable after the expiry of the specified period. It is for the fixed period, as the name suggests. Fixed deposit account is repayable after the expiry of the specified period only. The period may vary from 6 months to 5 years. The minimum time is 6 months. Maybe it can be of 5 years. A yearly you can also do. Many of you and your parents must be having this FD account, we can say it, fixed deposit account. The banks issue a receipt to the depositor. Bank always do what? It gives the receipt to the depositor, acknowledging that they have kept the amount as a fixed deposit. So the depositor is getting what? The receipt, acknowledging that the receipt called the fixed depository receipt. This receipt is known as FD receipt. The rate of interest in FD is much more higher than all of the above account that we have seen. So that was the fourth type of account, fixed deposit account. Let's see one more type of account that we can have in the banks, and they are multiple option deposit account. I repeat, multiple option deposit account. Just listen to the explanation. This account offers multiple options to the depositors. It gives many options to the depositors. This account can be the combination of saving account or current account, combination of both the accounts. In this account, what we can see? In this account, the depositors they can enjoy the liquidity of saving as well as of current account. The benefits, the liquidity of saving account and current account, as well as they can enjoy the rate of interest of fixed deposit. We can say this multiple deposit account, multiple options, because they are having different options. They are having different type of options merged together in this type of a new account, type of account. The consumer and the client is getting the benefit of higher rate of interest as a feature of fixed deposit, while he is enjoying the liquidity of savings and the current account also. When the amount of deposit exceed a particular limit, then automatically the amount get transferred into fixed deposit. These are the certain terms. Again, I would like to say, I just gave you the brief description of these types of various accounts. And these accounts, we can always see from where we can have the facility of opening these type of accounts. They are all available in the commercial banks. As we are the consumers, the general public, we are in the touch of commercial banks, and all major nationalized as well as private sector banks, the commercial banks are having these types of accounts. They are catering services to their consumers by providing these type of accounts. Okay, so what 5 type of accounts we have studied? Saving deposit account, current deposit account, RD or recurring deposit account, FD or fixed deposit account, and the latest one was multiple option deposit account. I suppose the topic is clear to you all people. Now let's see some important services also that the banks, that the different banks, the commercial banks, I should say, they are providing to their consumers, their clients. Let's discuss some of them. The first of the facility is bank draft. Okay, it is very much known as overdraft facility. This is a check, listen to it. This is a check drawn by one bank against funds deposited into its account at another bank. Authorizing, have you seen this bank draft? Many of the company, many of the institution, they charge the fee and they ask their clients or the person who are applying for any of the things to provide a draft for that. Demand draft, in the coming time we will discuss the bank overdraft, but here we are going to discuss the bank draft, DD, demand draft. Okay, so don't get confused. Overdraft is a different thing and bank draft is a different thing. So what this bank is giving, the bank is providing to his consumer a draft which is mentioning the name, account of at some other bank, authorizing the second bank to make payment to the individual whose name is written on the draft. Suppose your consumer is not giving you the money, what they are giving to you as a draft, but in draft what it will be written? Some bank's name. Now you are going to take this draft to your bank and then the bank will be transferring that amount into your account. So basically it's an order of one bank to the other to pay the amount, but the payment is to be done individual whose name is written on the draft. Okay, it is a financial instrument, you can term it as an instrument, financial instrument, through which money can be remitted from one person to another. Very clear. Bank draft can be obtained from a bank after depositing the required amount in the bank. First you need to deposit certain money in the bank, then only you can request your bank to give you the demand draft. The draft then can be submitted to that other person who is asking you to bring that draft, isn't it? Suppose many of the institution, they ask to deposit the money in the form of draft. They never ask for the check, they never ask for the cash. What they demand is the demand draft. So for that, what you are doing? You are going to your bank. You are depositing the money in your. You are depositing the money to the bank. You are giving the money to the bank. Now the bank is going to give you this demand draft. Okay, the bank draft. In that bank draft, what they are doing? They are mentioning the name of that institution which is asking you to bring that. The name of that person maybe, or the institution. Okay, so it is very much clear. The bank also charges some commission. Naturally, the bank is giving you this service. So for giving this service, they are going to charge certain money as a fee. You can term it as a commission. I suppose it is clear. Let's see the very important topic, and that is electronic funds, electronic functions of banks. E-banking, the most lively topic for the bank, for the banking service in today's world is e-banking. And dear students, you must be knowing about this because you are the students of today's age. You are very much known to it. Let us discuss some of the important features and the things of this e-banking. With the help of computerized banking, bank offers certain electronic services. You can term it, let's see some of the services which they are giving to the consumer electronically. The first one is EFT, electronic fund transfer. Under EFT, what? The fund is directly transferred from one account to the other. Electronically now the fund is transferred from one account to the other. Generally, employer transfers the wages and salary of employees from company's account to the individual account of the employee. Generally, the employers give the salaries to the employees through this EFT only. How they are doing it? They are depositing the amount of salary directly into the account of the employees. So what is this? This is EFT. Because now the amount is coming directly from the company's account to the individual account of employees. The direct transfer in account saves what? The employers as well as the employees from the inconvenience. See how much convenience it is providing to the company as well as to the employees also, of handling huge amount of cash, isn't it? So it is a very lively used way of transferring the fund from one place to another place. Electronically the funds have been transferred. EFT. Please do remember. The second electronic function for the banks or e-banking is ATM. Isn't it a very common thing for you all people, and you must be knowing about the details of it, the benefits we are all knowing. Let's discuss some of the common things. Automated teller machine, ATM. Automated teller machine. The person who makes payment and accept deposits in banks is known as the teller, because that person is telling you, he is giving you the payments and accepting the payments from your behalf. He is getting the deposits from you people. So they are known as teller. And ATM is automatic. The automated teller machine refers to a mechanical and automatic teller which can do a teller's job 24 hours in a day. Isn't it a very perfect innovation that the science has given to us, the technology? Because now this person, the one who is telling, he is accepting the deposit as well as he is giving you the money whenever he requires, and he is making the payment, and the person is not bound. 24 hours you can have this facility, isn't it? 24 hours a day at less than half the cost of human tellers. To use an ATM, I suppose you must be knowing about this already, but still, let's discuss some of the basic thing. To use an ATM, you insert a plastic card in the machine and enter your identification code. If the code matches and which has been approved by the bank, mind it, the machine only then responds by giving cash, and as well as the machine can take the money also from you, take the deposits also. Okay, so this is the ATM machine which I gave you the explanation. We all know the second part, and the next part of it is debit card, credit card. These are all electronic functions of banks and e-banking. The first one was EFT, the second one was ATM. Let's see something about debit cards. The next point. This is also a facility offered to a account holder. Every account holder now, they are getting this debit card to make payments up to the amount of credit balance in their account. Please mind it. Through debit card, you can pay the amount that you are having right now in your account. The amount of credit balance. You cannot exceed it. You cannot exceed the amount. It should be the amount which you are having right now as a credit balance in your account. Generally, the points of sale terminals are located, which are electronically tied to the bank computer. When the customer presents the debit card at the point of sale, terminal automatically transfer the money from the customer bank account to the store. If we are going to in the store, and then we are giving the payment through this debit card, we all know. At the petrol pump, at the various stores we go, we always pay the amount through debit card. The process is very much known to you all people. So what this is going on? Customer, when is presenting the debit card at that point of sale, say the store in which we are going, automatically the money has been transferred from the customer's bank to the store's account. The account holder can pay their bills by attaching their personal computer. They can attach their personal computer with the bank's computer. Okay, so I think the explanation is very much clear to you, and you are all knowing about the debit card. The ATM card, generally they are all termed as a debit card. Okay, the thing to be remembered here is that you cannot exceed the amount of sale. I mean, the amount of purchase. The transactions amount should be up to the amount which you are having right now in your saving account, the credit balance. Okay, the bank automatically transfers fund from customer's account to the biller's account. This is also the important thing. The next point is credit card. Credit card is also a bank account without having balance in it. If you are having the credit card, so what it is like that? A bank account without having balance in it can provide you this facility. You can transact up to a certain limit. You can purchase the things. Right now, you are not having the amount in your bank. You are not having a credit balance in your account, but still the bank is providing you the facility to purchase the things. It is all up to the credit worthiness of the customer. It enables what? The card holders to have overdraft facility. This is the overdraft facility which the bankers are giving, the bank people are giving to the customers, but to a fixed limit. It all depends upon the credit worthiness of the party. Credit worthiness. Please do remember this. It all depends upon the credit worthiness, the goodwill of the party. Credit is a substitute of cash, we all know. So it is also a plastic card with the signature identification of the owner. It includes the name of issuing bank and the validity period. All cards have the validity period also in it. Please do remember all these basic things. We can term it as a plastic currency. You can term it credit card, debit card as a plastic currency, but we are not having the currency in our hand, but still we are purchasing, we are having the transactions at the point of sale. Your credit and debit cards are ensuring you to avail these facilities. Okay, so these are the common things which we have learned in e-banking, electronic banking, the basic functions: EFT, ATM, debit card, credit card. Okay, so I suppose the topic is very much clear to you. We have learned today some of the important services which the banks are providing, the commercial banks, to be precise, I should say, they are providing to their consumers. The first thing was bank draft. They were providing the facility of demand draft. Then we have seen some of the facilities of e-banking, electronic banking. electronic functions of banks which they are doing. Okay, so I hope you have got the understanding of these topics. Still, if you are having any queries, you can always share your comments. You can always ask your queries in the comment box.